There's a bug. There's a bug in here. Okay, where were we? Hello and welcome back to Rob Watches, where I take a look at the latest animated movies and TV shows. And this week I checked out Batman vs. Robin. Batman movie number... How many have there been so far? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8... Does Dark Knight Returns count as 1 or 2 movies? There are so many Batman movies that it's hard to keep track. And if that wasn't enough, right before I started to film this video, I just found out there's another Batman movie that came out. You think that's enough? I mean, I love Batman and everything, but now I have to beg the question, how much Batman is too much Batman? Alright, you know, let's just focus on this one for now. So, my usual disclaimer is that I haven't read comic books in a while, so if this is actually based on something, I really don't have anything to compare it to. I am trying to fix that though. I think the recent Free Comic Book Day has rekindled my love of comics, but that does mean I have a lot of catching up to do. So until then, I'm just gonna call this one like I see it. So Batman vs. Robin is actually a sequel to Son of Batman. Now, I don't know if it has anything to do with the Justice League movies, because again, it seems DC wants to create a continuity in their animated movies. I haven't really found anything that confirms or denies that it's part of the Justice League story, but I assume it's just its own thing, so I'm just going to treat it like its own thing for now. So of course Robin in this is Damian, Bruce's son. Now I will say that the title of this is a little bit misleading. Batman vs. Robin, of course they do have one fight in it, but there's more like arguing and family disputes and everything, because he's trying to teach Damian, you know, justice, not vengeance. You know, we don't kill bad guys because then we become just as bad as the bad guys. Meanwhile, there's a council of creepy owl people that I assume is like Gotham's version of the Illuminati, because it says that they're an anonymous group that consists of all the most powerful and richest people in all of Gotham. And they have like a vision for the city, and they want Bruce to join them. They have this assassin guy by the name of Talon, and he finds Damian and tries to get him to turn away from Batman and Bruce. And I really like him as a character. He's a bad guy, but we go a little bit into his backstory, and it makes him kind of a sympathetic bad guy. Like he's still a bad guy, but you kind of see where he's coming from. So the one thing I was a little bit disappointed in with this was the reveal of the identity of Grandmaster Owl, because I felt like that should have been a huge reveal. However, in a scene about midway through the movie, they kind of give it away just sort of nonchalantly. But I felt like that was a really bad decision. I would have loved to have seen, you know, build up until a big reveal, but they kind of blew that opportunity. I really like the storyline in this. I love the Court of Owls. I love the concept of that. There was also a very strong theme of violent upbringings, or maybe child abuse, and the kind of people that kind of thing produces. Again, it goes back to what they were saying at the beginning of the movie, you know, justice, not vengeance. You know, how violence sort of breeds violence, and you should never become, you know, worse than the people that you're going after. And that's a really good theme for a Batman movie. I also think the animation has improved greatly ever since Son of Batman, and of course there's some great voice acting in it, but there is one thing I really want to note when it comes to the voice acting. You see, at the beginning of the movie there was this sort of side story where they were hunting down this serial killer called Dollmaker. He's kind of like this big, creepy Jason Voorhees looking guy who had a doll face, and he turns children into like murderous psychopaths or something. He was voiced by Weird Al Yankovic. What the actual hell? On a side note, I do think that storyline could have been its own movie, but seriously, Weird Al Yankovic voicing a creepy serial killer who preys after children. It's just very jarring to me that happy-go-lucky, lovable Weird Al Yankovic plays a guy that looks like this. Hey, Weird Al, is there something you're not telling us? But yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I actually enjoyed it a lot more than most of the animated movies that have come out after the reboot. I think Assault on Arkham is still my favorite, but I'd give this one a close second. But I think the reason why Assault on Arkham is my favorite is because there were a lot of characters in it that don't usually get the spotlight, at least not in the movies. Because the problem is, DC needs to stop shoving Batman and Superman down our throats. They have an entire universe of characters. Why don't they use them? Make another Green Lantern movie or something. Give us something different. But that's all I got for Batman vs. Robin. Leave a comment below and let me know what you think. My name is Rob, and have a wonderful day.